Hi guys. Today we are going to discuss the topic called exceptional handling. It's a very interesting topic, and most of the time interviewer used to ask some certain questions from this topic. So let me share my screen so that I will proceed with my explanation. Fine. So I guess you can see my screen. Let me come up with this spider and go to this annotation tool. Okay, fine, guys. So we are going to discuss something called exceptional handling. Exceptional handling. This topic is very easy topic, and most of the time, people used to ask certain questions from this particular topic. First of all, what is this exceptional handling? What is this exceptional handling? See, this particular technique, this technique exceptional handling is widely used to handle exceptions, to handle exceptions. Okay, exceptions. What do you mean by exceptions? Exceptions means errors. Errors. So this particular technique, which is a part of Python, is basically used to handle the runtime error, whatever is occurring. Why should we go for this technique? The question is, what is the practical implementation of this technique, and why should we go for this technique? See, if I go with this technique, then what will happen is, whatever error you are going to get, that particular error is going to be controlled somehow. Okay, instead of the program getting crashed completely, okay, you should be getting some prompt messages. You should be getting some prompt messages so that the user can get into that particular message. The user would be, understanding the thing, whatever happened with the code and all, and the code will transit very smoothly. So instead of directly getting crashed because of any raise of error, if you go with exceptional handling, this will control the overall process, and your code will exit exit smoothly. Okay, what I would be saying is the code would be working without any abruption. Okay, suppose you guys are not handling the error, what will happen? Suppose an error occurs, the entire code would be getting failed just by a small error. Okay, so do you think that you have written 100 lines of code, and because of one error your entire code is going to stop getting executed? That will be a loss of yours, is not it? You have written so many lines of code, you expect that all the code should run. Okay, but if a error is occurring, then what will happen? The entire code will stop at that point of time, is not it? That is the reason why you should be using exceptional handling. If you go with this particular topic, then what will happen is, despite having any kind of error, the process will still go on smoothly. The code will get executed smoothly. Okay, and it will exit very effectively. It will exit very effectively without causing any abruption. Okay. So it is beneficial for the user to at least know that what kind of error the person is getting, what kind of error it is coming on, and how to handle those particular error. How to handle those things are completely user defined. Okay. Whoever is the developer, that particular person need to prompt a message. Based on that particular message, the person who is executing the code, okay, suppose I am the user, I can know about, okay, I can know about the error, what kind of error it is. Okay, so this is the kind of error. What I need to do, I need to pass on different thing so that I shouldn't be getting error again. So a very friendly message is appearing if I go and use this exceptional handling. Okay, so ultimately it is going to effectively work. Okay, if we are having any kind of errors, it will effectively work, and it will help you to know what kind of error it is and how to get rid of that particular error. So suddenly the system is not going to crash, the program is not going to end up, the program will transit smoothly. In between, if any kind of error is occurring, the error is going to be handled by this particular technique called exceptional handling. So this particular technique contains different blocks. Some of the important blocks are try block, except block, else, And finally, this particular block, try block is going to be executed first. Okay, it is going to be executed first. And remember, inside this try block, you guys are going to pass on the input. You are going to pass on the logic. So Python will check. Python will check whether you have any kind of error which is present in your logic or present in your input, whatever. Okay. If any kind of error is occurring inside this try block, then the code which is present inside the try block is going to be paused. It's going to be stopped for that particular time. It will be getting jumped to the except block. And in the except block, the error is going to be checked. The error is going to be matched. The error is going to be matched. Suppose any kind of error which is appearing, any kind of error which is appearing in the output, if it is getting matched with the error which is mentioned inside this except block, then some prompt messages would be getting appeared, and that message could vary from uh, code to code. Okay. Suppose a developer wants to put a particular message, the developer can put it so that user, suppose I am the user, I can get through those messages. Okay, I can get through those messages. So the error is getting checked inside the try block. If the error is getting matched, if the error is appearing, except block will generate. Except block will work on. And inside the except block, whatever error is present, if that is getting matched with the real error, whatever you are getting, some messages would be getting generated. Would be getting generated. Okay. What about else part? What about else part? See this particular block would be getting executed only when there is no error. There is only when there is no error. Only when there is no error present inside the try block. Present inside try. If there is no error inside the try, everything is fine. Then inside this else part, whatever is there, whatever you want to print, you can print it. You can get the output. Okay. But if error is there, the else part will not. The else part will not. The except part will. If you have error, then except part will work. If you don't have any error, then else part will work. What the difference? Now, what about finally? See, this particular block is basically used to clean up the task. To clean up the task, to close the files, okay, to end the process. These are some of the uses of this finally block. And guys, remember, irrespective of having error or not error, finally block will execute at any cost. Suppose you guys are getting error. Whatever is there inside this except part, that will get print. That's fine. Along with that, whatever is there inside this print, inside this final block, that will also get print. Suppose you don't have any error, else part would be getting printed. Along with the else part, the final part will also get printed. So finally is a block. Finally is a block which is going to be executed at any cost, irrespective of having error or not error. Got it? Let me come up to the practical example so that you guys can understand it better. You can relate it better. For example, uh, you are required to reach your office on time. You are required to reach your office on time, and you are driving your car. Okay. Now while traveling, suppose traveling is coming under try block. Under try block, traveling is going to come. Traveling is going to. You are driving your car. Maybe your driver is driving your car, or else if you know how to drive, then you are driving your car. You want to reach your office. What happens? What happens? On your way, you got to know that the road is blocked. The road is blocked. That means you are getting any error. That means you are getting error. Your except part is road is blocked. So this is a kind of error which is happening while you are driving your car. Road block. Now, do you think that you are going to stop at that point of time? That means you are not going to go ahead. You are not going to reach your office on that day. Is it going to be possible? You should be reaching your office at any cost. Okay. So if you want to reach your office, what you would be doing? You would be coming up with a solution. Maybe you guys are going to take up another route. You guys maybe need to get out of the vehicle, uh, walk for some more distance, and get another cab, or get through any other vehicle to reach your office. Some kind of solution you guys are going to get ultimately, is not it? Okay. So that particular solution is coming under except part. Except part, error is there. How to get rid that of error, how to get rid of that particular error, you are getting through a solution. That particular solution is also coming under this except part. So if you have any error, that is going to be handled under except part. What about try part? Try part would be going through the code and will be checking if error is present or not. If error is present, it will jump to the except part. You are traveling, you are driving your car, and meanwhile driving, you got to know that the road is blocked. That means a mirror is there. If a road is blocked, you are jumping to the except part, and you are getting through a solution. You are getting through a solution. Okay. And ultimately, you guys are going to reach your office, is not it? That is what finally is. Finally. Finally means at any cost, you are going to reach your office. At any cost, you are going to reach your office. So this is final plan. Okay. Be the road is blocked, be the road is not blocked. Whether you are having error, whether you don't have any error, ultimately the code is going to run and it is going to give you the output which is present inside the final. Is not it? So this is what the exceptional handling is. Another example I can give you: suppose you are cooking some curry. You are cooking some curry. What happened under the try block? This cooking is coming up. That means this process is coming up. That is cooking. And while cooking, something struck to your mind, and you simply remember that I don't have some ingredient to put in that particular curry. You don't have this ingredient. If you don't have this ingredient, that means this is an error. This is an error. Simply you are jumping to the except part. Except part. Simply you are jumping to the except part where you don't have no ingredient. Where you don't have ingredient. Okay, ingredient. That means this is a kind of error that is getting generated. If you don't have any ingredient, so do you think that you are going to stop the cooking? Somehow you are going to get the solution. You may go to the shop, you may get that particular ingredient, or you may skip that step. You may skip that step. Okay, you would be adjusting that particular day. Okay, whatever dish you are going to prepare, okay, you are going to adjust it. Okay, because that ingredient is not available, somehow you have to adjust it. So one solution is coming up. That particular solution is going to be given inside the except part. Got it? And what about finally? Under finally, be your ingredient is present, be your ingredient is not present, ultimately you are going to consume your food, is not it? That means cooking should be getting completed. Cooking should be completed. Cooking should be completed. Okay. Cooking should be completed. So this is coming under final block. Okay. So this is how practically in real world, this try and accept part is working. Okay. You can relate with this real world examples, daily examples, so that you can answer, or you can get to the points when someone is asking you some questions regarding these concepts. Now let us come up to the coding part. Okay. See this course. Okay, let me just zoom it. Now see this try part. Under the try block, this is going to be a variable where a value is going to be assigned. Okay, and this is another variable, and this is the result. Okay, this is the logic that you need to apply on that. If you are getting any kind of error, if you are getting any kind of error here under this try block, that particular error is going to be jumped to the except part, this except part. The error is going to be checked. If it is value error, then this particular thing is going to be printed. See how politely the things have been mentioned. Invalid input. Please enter numeric values. Okay. Instead of closing the program entirely, some kind of message is appearing. one custom message is appearing to you so that the user can get through this message and can understand, okay, I made this mistake. Okay, let me correct it again. Okay. So you can take up your decision just by going through this defined messages. Okay. And these are all prompt messages. These are all, politely written so that you guys can understand what is your problem. What kind of problem you have created while, going through the code. Okay. If you are getting zero division error, then this particular thing will be getting executed. Is not it? So it depends on the type of error that you are getting. And see, if there are no error, I told you, else part would be occurring if there are no errors at all. If there is no error, if everything is fine, then else part would be coming up. This part would be getting printed. And finally, whether you are having error, whether you don't have any error, the finally part will operate at any cost. Okay. Let me just run all such things. See, it is asking enter a number because it is user input. I will be entering a number called 6 and I will be entering. I will press enter. Again, enter a divisor. Let me go with 5. That means what will happen now? 6 by 5, 6 by 5, 1 point something would be coming. If I press enter, do I get any error message? Do I have any error right now? 6 by 5 can easily be solved. It is 1.2. So which part is occurring? Which part is getting printed? Which part is getting executed? The else part. Why? Because I don't have any error. That is the reason why the result is result. Okay, this is F string formatting. This result is nothing but this one. 6 by 5, 6 by 5. So the result is 1.2 that is getting generated. And see this final block, operation completed. Operation completed is getting printed. If I again go and run this, and this time it is asking me to enter a number, right? Now I will be entering 6 and entering divisor. Let me put 0. 6 by 0. 6 by 0 is undefined, infinity. That is the reason why one error is going to occur. The error is zero division error. Okay, in Python one error occurs that is known as zero division error. That means you can't divide 0 with any number. If it is zero division error, then under this except part, if the error is getting matched with the error which is, which the output is giving you, then this particular except part will be getting printed. Cannot divide by 0, please enter a non-zero divisor. So from this message, at least you would be having idea what mistakes you have done. And again, see this operation completed, this part is again occurring. Again occurring. Previously it occurred, now also it is occurring. So irrespective of the presence of error, final block will operate. Let me again, drag all such things and run it. Rather than it is asking me to enter a number, let me enter a number called T. T. Is T a number? It's not a number. If I press enter, the error message which is occurring, that is nothing but invalid input. Please enter in numeric values. Please enter numeric values. So what kind of error is getting occurred? This is nothing but value error. Value error. That means the T cannot be getting converted to integer. T cannot be getting converted to integer. That is the reason why you are getting value error. If it is value error, then whatever message is present inside this except part, that will be getting generated. Okay. Again, this operation completed would be coming up. Got it? And since this is a block, okay, all such things which are written here, okay, for these 3 lines are part of this try block, is not it? That is the reason why. Indentation has been given. Indentation means 4 spaces by default. Okay. So 4 spaces have been given once you put this column. Okay. So when you have a group of statements and they are interrelated, then you can go with the indentation concept. Even the functions, loops, this exceptional handling, all such concepts go with this indentation. Now let us go to another example. See this example. Here, under try, you are going to use this open function. Okay, it is a part of file handling. And you're opening a file. For example, a file is practice.txt. Practice.txt is a file, text file, which is present in my local system. And I'm opening the file in the read mode. R means read mode. And I will be giving an alias called file, F-I-L-E. And let me read it. If this practice is if this practice file is present in my local system, then obviously it would be getting read. But if it is not present, then error would be occurring. Error would be occurring. If error would be occurring, how to handle that error? Because of this thing, the error would be getting handled. If the file is not present in my local system, one message would be getting generated, that is file not found. Please check the file path. And this one is going to be coming up at any cost. No worries. So if I run this, if I go and run it, file not found, please check the file path. Maybe the file is not present. Maybe the file is not present. Okay. What is my directory right now? See this. It is C drive. Okay. Let me come up to desktop. Let me come up to desktop and let me run it now. Let me run this now. If I run it, oh, it is coming up. It is coming up. Today is bad day. Today is sunny day. So this particular file is present in my local system. Okay, that too in the desktop. That is the reason why it is getting printed. This particular thing is there written inside this file, notepad, next text file. So it is getting printed. But in place of practice, if I put practice one, in place of practice, if I put practice one, okay, then what will happen? Am I going to get this? If I run this, see, file not found. See, file not found. The error is getting occur. And because of that error, okay, the thing which is present inside this exec part, that would be getting generated. File not found, please check the file path. And this file operation completed, it's coming up at any cost. Okay. Whether you have error, whether you don't have error, it will be coming up. Okay. So this is how this exceptional handling works. Okay, this particular concept is very easy concept. Most of the time, people interviews used to ask some kind of questions. Okay, regarding this, what is try, what is except? Okay, what are the different types of errors you know? Okay. What if you are going to get error? Will it be getting executed under try or under except? Okay, what is the purpose of find? And when should this else part would be getting operated? Such kind of things may be getting asked, and you should be ready to answer such questions. Fine, guys. Thank you. I will be coming up with the next video. Stay tuned. Fine. Thank you.